Speaking of, I remember looking up at the starry sky at night. Haru wasn't feeling well yesterday. I wonder if she's feeling better. I didn't know Haru was in this game. Haru is one of the women brought with us to Nasla, who is particularly weak. She has mental depression. I've been talking with her many times, as she asserts that she wants to die. Oh no, poor Haru. When I saw Haru yesterday, I felt like she was fidgeting strangely. She said she'd caught a slight cold, but I'm worried that this environment may have made her unstable. It's gotten late today, so I'll go to visit her tomorrow morning. I wasn't doing this as a member of the royal family, I just wanted to save her life. But as I'm also feeling lonely, this might just be my selfishness. If possible, I don't want anyone to choose death, but to some, my feelings may be unwanted. It can be said that telling someone who wants to die to just hang in there is selfish. However, I feel that it's wrong to just leave them alone. I can't ignore them. When you're worried, the best thing is to get some sleep.
Yes, we've done one productive thing today, so let's call it a wrap for today.
Solana, I need you in my life to be like, you've done one productive thing, so just go to sleep. I lift my face at the responses to my unintentional heavy sigh. Turning around, I see two people standing there with a cup in their hands. I could catch a faint whiff of alcohol wafting in from the breeze. This is...
While you were going off with your worries, we sneaked this from the kitchen.
Yes, this is yours. Shalu gives me one of the two cups she was holding and laughs playfully. I took it with a wry smile and properly thanked her. Thank you.
We'll be worried if you're not well.
Does this mean that you haven't given up hope?
Yeah. I hadn't really worried about it up to now, but since this has become a drinking party, I shrugged, wondering if there was a need to prolong this dark topic.
This reminds me of that one night.
The night we took that vow?
Hearing their words, the scene unfolded before my eyelids. That was when we first met. We were about 7 years old. Aw, you guys have been friends for that long? That's so cute. We had a secret party at Solana's house, away from the prying eyes of the adults. We drank juice, pretending it was alcohol. We had nuts, pretending it was meat. Even still, I've never had a more gorgeous feast before or since.
That takes me back. The sky was full of stars that night.
And we all made that vow.
Yeah, that we would be friends forever. There is a legend that the blessing of the spirits dwells in the moonlight. If you drink alcohol brewed under that moon together, whatever vow you make will be eternal. So we made our vow imitating how the adults do it. We promised that no matter what hardships we may face, that we'd do it together.
I'm alive now thanks to that vow. I really am grateful to you both.
Solana said, staring at the light swaying in her cup. Being thanked this suddenly makes me feel a little shy. Hey, are you already drunk? Hey, Shalu? While I laughed sheepishly, Shalu also sought similar feelings.
I'm also here alive now thanks to that vow. It's all thanks to you that I've been able to live without throwing away my pride.
What's up with the two of you? Even Shalu made a confused face at my reaction. In fact, maybe both of them are more tired than I am. I look at them both, trying to find the right words, when Solana, smiling wryly, opened her mouth to speak.
We haven't had a chance to just relax and talk lately. We all haven't had the capacity for it. Even in such a difficult time, you've been working hard for us. It's because you were there that I didn't give up on life. That's why I wanted to thank you again.
I haven't done anything. I just listened to everyone talk. I really haven't done anything.
When I'm depressed, just having someone to talk to saves me. I know that very well, because I was saved by you. The same was true when we first exchanged words.
We who entered the same school had something in common. We didn't talk or laugh like children and preferred to be on our own. In short, isolation. The three of us couldn't get close to others due to our respective circumstances.
I had been bullied. I didn't become Solana until that moment. I felt it was good to be alive.
You're overstating things.
No, it's not an overstatement. You said, "Let's go, Solana," and took my hand. No one had called me by my name.
Our first meeting was when I broke up some kids bullying Solana because she's mixed race. I couldn't stand to see it. I don't remember it well, but I was upset, and I'm pretty sure I punched those boys out. Yeah, good job, Naala. Rather than out of a sense of justice, I just hated the bullies looking down on a depressed person.
You said as much at that time as well, but you also saved me then.
Solana was not someone of pure Roos blood. A woman who had been kidnapped by the thieves barely escaped with her life. She was pregnant at the time, and that baby was Solana. Despite having desperately returned, the people around her looked at her with cold eyes for having brought back the blood of the enemy country. The thieves had hurt her self-esteem, and she was looked at curiously by the people of Roos, who should have been her allies. Eventually, she became ill mentally. That poor woman. Ultimately, her body would break down as well.
After I lost my mother, I wondered why the world was so dark. But that was before you brightened it up for me.
Solana. That does take me back. At the time, you were usually mature, but you'd resolutely confront problems with unreasonable violence. But I was the same back then. As she talks about the past, Shalu's face becomes heavier. She looks different than she did back then.
At the time, Shalu was quite round and cute.
I wasn't cute. It's still an awful memory.
I thought you were cute.
To be honest, at the time, Shalu was quite overweight. She was round. Unthinkable if you saw her now, and for that reason she was bullied. So when a boy said to Shalu, "You look like a pig for a girl," I just kind of snapped. Come to think of it, you were always strong enough to hang with the boys.
Yeah, especially when someone would say, "Fora," you'd go off like a devil.
Hey, could you at least downgrade me to rampaging horse? Well, the result of all these fights was that we got to know each other. Well, if we're talking about the past, I have to give my thanks as well. At that time, I'd lost my mother and had completely closed my heart off. But through my friendship with you two, I remembered the importance of interacting with others. So, thank you. Thank you for always being with me.
Of course. You are our light.
Yes, a light more beautiful than a full moon. They place their hands on top of mine as I hold the cup. This is a beautiful moment. I really hope it's not like a flag for something bad happening to one or all three of them, and then their like friendship is broken because of something. I'm like, this is just like a nice wholesome thing. I hope it just is a wholesome thing and that's it, and not a warning of things to come. As we were all just looking at each other, I felt embarrassed and couldn't sit still. Jeez, you two really are overblowing things. It's embarrassing, but I'm happy to have our strong bond. There was the sound of a subdued knock on the door.
Who could it be this late?
I felt uneasy at this unannounced visitor. Please don't be the warning I was worried about. I'd let my guard down because of the law, but I realized that doesn't mean we're perfectly safe. We couldn't open it carelessly. While I was wary, there was another knock on the door. It might be that barbarian who is after you. It's dangerous, so I'll answer it. Would he knock, though? If it were that guy, the knocking would be more violent.
Then I'll go. It's best that the one he'd be the least interested answered.
In that case, then
No,
Jeez, it's not like he has a key, so I might as well answer it. I approached the door, giving the arguing to the side eye. Considering what happened to the other women, sitting here confused is just a waste of time. Who is it? Hey, Naala!
It's dangerous, Naala. If it's a man this late at night.
I recognized the voice I heard over the duo's bickering and quickly opened the door. Haru!
Well...
A petite woman with a shrunken frame, looking apologetic in the corridor. I couldn't hide my surprise at being visited by the woman I'd just been thinking about. Seeing as she couldn't quite get the words out, I invited her in. What happened? Is something wrong? Entering the room, Haru sat down silently. I waited for a few minutes, deciding it was best not to rush her. After a little while, Haru looked up with a determined look.
I've decided to leave this place.
Huh? You're leaving? To where? I blinked, caught off guard by this unexpected topic. Haru, who still seemed to be searching for her words, found her courage. She continued to speak.
I'm thinking of going to Iran's house.
Iran? The Iran who is guarding this residence?
Yes. Since you, Naala, have talked to me so much, I thought I'd discuss it with you first.
But, wait a minute, Haru. Even though she was so depressed when she was brought to Nasla? I was so surprised that I couldn't speak. My mind went blank at this unexpected turn of events. After all, who could have predicted that the first person to leave this residence would be one of the resistors? No. No way. But you were so opposed to being here! Shalu shouted as if she were speaking for me. Then, when I returned to my senses, I restrained Shalu by hand and turned to Haru. Do you love Iran?
Yes. Iran supported me many times when I was down. Of course I know that he's the enemy. Maybe he just wants a bride. But right now, I need him. I don't want to doubt his kindness.
I'm sorry, reading congrats, I inhaled, I don't know what I inhaled, like a dust bunny or something. That congrats seems so passive aggressive. I'm thinking of what I should be doing here. I mean, okay, from the SUREN root perspective, probably saying congrats is the way to go because, you know, we gotta get comfy with the idea of getting together with one of our kidnappers, right? Basically. What should I say? I like that at least none of these is trying to shame Haru, which is good. I'm just hoping the congrats doesn't come across as as rude in any way. I'm hoping it's just she's kind of resigned herself to it, and she's kind of acting in line with her earlier thinking of, I can't really tell these women what choices they make in this situation, right? Everyone's got to make their choice. I don't think Shalu will be very happy with me, but let's go congrats, I guess. Okay. SUREN didn't care. That's fine. Congrats.
Will you forgive me?
There's nothing to forgive. I don't have the right to restrain someone's intentions. If that's the happiest route for you, then I think you should.
Are you insane, Naala? Getting out of this residence means becoming his wife. You know that, right?
I believe that Haru does know that.
I know.
Is this your well-thought-out conclusion?
Yes. I'm sorry it took me so long to say this.
In that case, I won't stop you.
Naala!
Shalu seemed more upset that I was at the decision of someone who was supposed to be an ally. Upon seeing that I wasn't going to stop her, she screamed out in anger. Traitor! For giving a Nasla man, you must have lost your mind! Shalu, what are you saying? Haru bit her lower lip with a sad face and endured Shalu's onslaught. I thought I'd prepared myself for this. This can't be real! They kidnapped us! How can you forgive such barbaric and domineering acts? Opening your legs to the enemy! Shalu! I won't allow you to say any more than that. Having been scolded, Shalu turns around with a startled expression. Her face said, "Why'd you stop me?" I imagine this was not an easy decision for Haru to make. You're not helping in any way with this. I understand you have strong feelings, but you didn't have to be quite so descriptive about it. Her eyes are usually clear, but this time they were bleeding with agitation.
I really am sorry.
Haru, who was not that strong to begin with, couldn't stand it anymore. She ran away, sobbing. Haru!
I'll go. You stay here with Shalu.
Thanks, Alana. Wait. The quick-witted Shalu? I think that was supposed to be Solana right after Haru. Now just the two of us in the room, Shalu's heavy breathing echoed throughout. I waited for her to settle down and slowly approached. Shalu. This isn't like you. Shalu is strong, but it's usually not the kind of strength that hurts others. On the contrary, she should have a kindness that can't abandon people who are in trouble. Sudden music change. Not like me, Shalu muttered with her back still turned. Perhaps because of the dimness, the echoing sound was strangely dark and heavy. Confused by the unusual voice, I asked her. Yeah, it's not like you to say such terrible things. You're the one who is terrible. Huh? The unexpected response makes me more and more confused. Yeah. These days, you're not at all wary of Nasla men. I am. You are not. Shalu! That's why you can acknowledge such a thing. You've been poisoned. The words she continued to speak were chilly, like a curse. I knew this wholesome moment was going to turn bad at some point, but I didn't think it was because we were going to, like, break up the friendship through this. This was the first time I'd ever seen my childhood friend like this. I was frozen in this strange atmosphere. I'm worried. If we don't get out of here soon, then you too. In the middle of speaking, Shalu raised her head as if she realized something. Her thin shoulders shook slightly, and I thought she was starting to cry. But when she turned around, Shalu... Oh, she's got dead eyes inside. Oh, no. Oh. I was like, I'm uncomfortable by the fact we don't have her expression for any of this talk, so what's going on? Oh, she's dead inside. Oh, no. Well, here we go. Ah, that's right. She definitely wasn't crying. Instead, she was smiling brightly. I thought she'd calmed down and was relieved for a moment. As I slowly approached my best friend, for some reason, I felt a sense of danger. Yeah, that would be this. 1 step. 2 steps. With each step, Shalu's smile deepened. I'll apologize. I'm sorry. Never mind me. Apologize to Haru later. Right, she's not crazy. Sometimes it's necessary to protect something important. Shalu continued to stroke my confused cheeks in a loving manner. Her smile, illuminated by the moonlight, was beautiful, but gave me a cold impression. Married to Lord Auri, the Queen of Rus. That's what you should be. That's what I thought, so I endured. Can you imagine what I felt when you were pushed down by that brute? Shalu? You are my light, my precious treasure. If you're going to be violated by these Nasla monkeys... What are you talking about, Shalu? I don't belong to anyone. Yes, that's right. You don't. You mustn't belong to anyone. Shalu's beautiful, beautiful smile. My best friend's heartfelt smile made me feel uneasy. I'm a little worried. Do we think Shalu might be in love with Naala? Is that what's going on? I have no idea what to even think anymore. It's been 3 days since Haru left. It was early afternoon when the clear blue sky was beautiful. Huh? Shalu? After having spoken to everyone, Solana came to talk to me in our room. She was looking at a picture scroll she'd obtained from somewhere.
She left, saying she was going out for a walk. She said she'd be back around noon, so I'm sure she'll be back soon.
Yes. The next morning, Shalu was her usual self. While something had caught my attention, I hesitated to bring it up again since she seemed to be in good spirits, so I didn't pursue it deeply. Ever since we were little, the day after a fight, she'd come back as if nothing happened. Shalu must be mentally exhausted as well. Yeah, she might also put you in a cage and drug you with some tea, so just be on the lookout for that. I smile and look down outside from the window. As I did, I witnessed a strange sight. I was gonna comment on that fountain, but who is this very attractive man? Who is not dateable, I'm pretty sure, because I've never seen them before. Now I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. Who are you? I got questions. Shalu? Amazingly, it was Shalu talking to a man. It was shocking enough to make me doubt my eyesight as I ended up staring. Shalu made a pinky promise with this man. The other man seemed to be high in the clouds getting to touch Shalu's hand. His neat face was completely taken in by her as he had a lewd look on his face. Hey, Solana, who is that guy? He had somewhat of a showy, classy feel, as if he were an aristocrat. Their exchange seemed light and playful, but from his reaction, his intentions might have been pure? Not? I don't know.
Oh, that guy. Shalu turned him down before.
Eh? When was this?
I think it was about a week since we were brought here.
I see. I had no idea.
You've been so busy going around, so that can't be helped.
But why are that man and Shalu together?
Right. She turned him down, saying she hated rich guys.
So he is rich?
Yes. Apparently he's the son of the nobles who designed the royal capital.
The son of the nobles who designed the royal capital. For some reason, a seed of anxiety sprouted in my gut. As I tilted my head without knowing the reason for my feelings, Shalu returned and spoke out to us. What's wrong with you two? Oh, welcome back. Yeah, did something happen? Yeah. If there was, it would certainly be the astonishing event of the man-hating Shalu speaking to a man. But she might feel like we're accusing her if we ask about it. After hesitating, I asked in fear, Shalu? Yeah? That guy you were with, what's going on with him? Ah, you saw all that. How embarrassing. He is your lover? No way. But we did make a promise to go out and have fun. Going out? Isn't that dating? He's been so persistent, so I thought I'd go out with him just once. What kind of change has occurred in her? It was difficult to believe that this was the same person who said traitor to Haru the day before. Having been close friends for many years, I thought we understood each other's true nature. But now I'm not so sure. Seeing my bewilderment, Shalu laughed shyly. Maybe I was being a bit too stubborn, yeah? Talking to him, I found out that there are some decent guys in Nasla. And the best way to get to your enemies is to talk to them directly. Ah, right. She seemed so angry at Haru, but maybe that was a chance for her to reconsider things. I don't know. I feel like there's more to that than her dating this guy. I'm a little worried. Also, there is some logic in what Shalu is saying. If the enemy is willing to talk to you, it's best to listen. You might be able to get some good information out of it. That man, he's not dangerous. Yeah, I'm sure he's not a bad person. In that case, I'll leave it up to you on how to approach him. But isn't it dangerous for you to be alone with him? It'll be fine. Don't worry, he's not that kind of guy. Even so, I am worried for her to be alone with him. But as I wanted to continue the conversation, I hear the sound of the afternoon bell announcing lunch, and Shalu quickly headed for the entrance. Let's go a little early. My walk made me hungry. Yeah. Shalu's smile as she looked back was so radiant that it was hard to say anything else to her. Maybe I was thinking too negatively. I might have been unnecessarily suspicious due to my fatigue. Nah, I'm with you there, girl. I smiled wryly, shook my head, and followed Shalu. I didn't realize at the time that this decision would be the biggest mistake of my life. Oh, that's not ominous at all. A man was waiting under the starry sky. He wasn't immersed in the beauty of the night sky, nor was he pensive. He simply waited, reading the passage of time.
Things are in motion. That's faster than I thought.
He responds in a happy voice, as if amused by something. He sheathed the blade he was toying with and turned his arm in a circle.
Good work. You can take it easy now.
Yes.
Ah, sir! Are you going out somewhere? Yeah. I've been waiting a long time for this. It's time for the hunt.